Well, hello ladies and gentlemen, and boys and girls of all ages. Wow, what a week it has been for me since last week. Amazing, crazy stuff has been happening. If you follow my Facebook, which you should, you probably will know all the other great things that I've been experiencing. But anyway, it was a heavy week in terms of how much my brain could take. But today we are continuing on with our series of ninth lord through houses. And if you do not know where your ninth lord is placed, where your other lord through houses are, for that check out the links here and check out my full astrological report where you can find that out. And especially you can get my book Astrology, Conjunction and Aspects of the Speed of Light that shows you all the secrets of astrology. So ninth lord. What is ninth house? Ninth house represents law, gurus, as in teachers, your higher morals, higher spiritual morals, philosophical morals, religious morals. It represents the teaching of your father, not the relationship with the father, just teachings of people who are senior to you as male figures. You know, could be female too, but mainly it's known for that male authoritative guru figure, according to the classical text. Ninth house represents long distance journey, meeting people of other cultures, meeting people of other meeting people of other cultural backgrounds. Okay, it's a house of your post-grad studies, house of like master's degree, PhD, doctorate, anything that you go for advanced studies. That's what ninth house is now. Ninth house is also the house of luck, also the house of how fortunate you feel. So what happens when the planet whose sign is controlling this house is sitting in the fourth house? Well, what is the fourth house? Fourth house represents your mother, your emotion, your happiness, people of your homeland, your physical dwelling, like a home. Fourth house represents conveniences, as in vehicles, house, mother's love. That's the biggest convenience you will find. So fourth house represents all of these things. So what happens when this planet is sitting in the fourth house? Well, what this first of all shows me is that your mother was a highly spiritual and philosophical woman. Mother was a very law-abiding citizen. Perhaps your mother was a lawyer. Perhaps your happiness came through when you were reading about the law with your mother. But basically what this does is that it brings higher philosophical value, higher religious values, higher spiritual values into your home. Your happiness, okay, your psychological mind gets developed and affected by all the ninth house things. Shows that mother must have taken you and influenced your foreign journeys. She took you to different places, made you introduced to different people. Perhaps people from distant land came to your home to meet your mother, or just came and lived in your home, and from that you were able to develop your philosophical knowledge, your higher religious knowledge, spiritual knowledge. And because ninth house is also the house of luck, shows that through mother you found great luck. Through mother you found great amount of conveniences in this life. And this is actually a very powerful Raj Yoga, because ninth house, the Trikona house, is sitting in the Kendra house of mother and guru. So higher knowledge gets impacted through a mother or motherly figure. But one thing you also have to notice is that fourth house is 8th from the ninth house. So what happens when a planet is sitting 8 places from itself? If you know a little bit about more astrology. 8th place from itself, 6th place from itself, 5th place from itself. Well, because it's 8th place from itself, shows that mother will suddenly influence things in your life. Foreign journeys or foreign interaction with people will suddenly happen in your life. There's a great transformation that comes through religion and spirituality. And your happiness suddenly gets affected by the ninth house things. because eighth place from any house becomes a transformation for that particular house. So the ninth house lord, who's in the fourth house, eighth from its own house, is bringing sudden events of the ninth house and the fourth house. Suddenly you're meeting a guru, suddenly you're going into spiritual practice, suddenly you have interest in law, and law becomes your most happiest things in life. Suddenly you take foreign journeys with your mother. But sudden transformation and sudden things happen. But with a positive thing, because two very powerful and positive houses are involved. But depending upon what planet is, placed in the fourth house, may actually differentiate these things, may actually delay these things, may actually, just give a different outlook and perspective to these things. So let's discuss that. So let's say if Sun controls your ninth house with the sign of Leo, and Sun is sitting in the fourth house. And what is happening now? Well, what this shows is that your father or your gurus or your fatherly figure kind of had a sudden impact on you, on your psychological development, on your happiness regarding philosophy, spirituality. Okay? Shows that father was an extremely spiritual man more than being a religious man. And what it also shows that mother, because we're now in the house of the mother actually took the leadership role in teaching you higher values in life, teaching you higher spiritual, philosophical, religious values in life. Mother was this very headstrong beacon of hope, pretty much, because ninth house is hope. Ninth house is like bigger ideas, vast ideas. So here mother took the father's role, but father himself was also involved in your development of your of your psychological mind, because fourth house is how you develop your psychological happiness, your mind, what brings you peace of mind. Interacting with the father here brings you peace of mind. Interacting with the mother will bring you peace of mind. However, with the mother actually becomes more of this dominant male figure in your life, where there you may get into a little bit of heated conversation with her. However, personality has a lot of imagination towards higher ideas, bigger ideas. Shows that you are lucky enough to find yourself in a big home. If you're running through a Mahadasha of the ninth house and it's sitting in the fourth house, shows that the luck is giving itself suddenly in bringing you a bigger, huge home. And especially through father, you can attain that home in this time period. Let's say Moon controls your fourth house. Moon goes into the fourth house. Well, now Moon, which represents the mother, is in the house of the mother. But what this will show though is that the mother was a very scientific thinker who always was talking about social welfare for everyone, how to converse ideas to make this world a better place by conjoining other ideas. Shows within the privacy of your own home. Mother taught you science, mother taught you mathematics, mother taught you all these great subjects that kind of cultivated you towards a higher knowledge, higher avenue of learning and gaining a post-grad degree. Your peace of mind, your happiness comes in when you are learning things in a very private setting, kind of like a homely setting. If you're in a library, if you're anywhere, you would try to make that place more like a home. And you find a great source of information within the home. Shows mother-like figures, mother-like teachers kind of came to you within your home and gave you higher values. Whether it's your aunt, grandmother, a strange woman who must have came to your house as your mother's friend and instilled all of these higher values in you, but a mother-like figure will be coming in your life or came in your life and gave you all of these qualities. Now, let's say if Mercury controls your ninth house, Mercury goes into the 10th house. What this shows is that person's communicative ability, their intelligence, and their speech is all about counseling people from the privacy of their own home regarding higher philosophical values, regarding higher spiritual ideas. These people make actually great spiritual teachers from privacy of their own home. They make great communicators from privacy of their own home. They make great psychologists. They make great astrologers, because Mercury is a counselor. He's an advisor. Shows that perhaps your siblings are lawyers, because you're now living with ninth lord things in the fourth house, right? So with the ninth lord thing in the fourth house, actually can show mother, father, siblings, brother, wife can be a lawyer, which we'll discuss with other planets. But here the intelligence becomes very detailed. The intelligence becomes very focused on how to compartmentalize everything in the home, how to prioritize things in the home. There's a very strict way of ruling things in the home, and communication is very much to the point with the mother or within the home. Let's say if Venus controls your ninth house, Venus goes into the fourth house, shows your wife. Wife interaction with women will develop your psychological mind and will give you higher philosophical knowledge, higher spiritual knowledge. You will have a wife who will perhaps come from distant land to your home and will meet you in your home in a kitchen type setting. Shows your wife is bringing tremendous amount of higher knowledge within your home. Your wife is bringing a lot of luck within the home. Through your wife, you'll be able to make a huge house. Shows that a wife could be a lawyer. Wife could be a spiritual teacher herself, because that's what ninth house is. And now these things are coming to you in a shape of a woman, a strange woman who could actually become your wife, girlfriend, fiance, mistress, whatever. Okay? Mars controls your ninth house. Mars goes into the fourth house, shows tremendous luck regarding real estate and home. Person makes a huge home in their life. They are competitively active about having the best home in the community. Mars is a karka of lawyer, because remember, who's a lawyer? Lawyer is a fighter. Lawyer is a person who fights for you in the court, so you don't go to jail, you don't pay the money that you're supposed to give in a lawsuit. So Mars, as a ninth lord of the law and lawyer, is in the fourth house. Shows if you have a brother, they could be a lawyer, real estate lawyer. Here Mars shows that your higher beliefs and higher values were really instilled through your mother like a general. Your mother said, look, follow these things or else. Your mother was like, you need to do this or else. So either this person becomes really focused and really gravitated towards the teachings of the mother, or this person can have huge power struggles with the mother. The communication with the mother can be really harsh and to the point and with aggressive speech. But such people, can gain higher knowledge of architecture, engineering, building a home, constructing homes, because that's what Mars is. Okay, shows your happiness will come through actually from Venus and Mars both. Happiness and development of your dwelling can come from dealing with conveniences. You're very lucky when it comes to buying cars, buying homes, selling conveniences, things like that can really shape your happiness. Your happiness comes in when you have a Ferrari one day with Venus and a Bentley the next day. And these things, remember the eighth lord scenario will have sudden impact on you, sudden changes on you, will come suddenly in your life. And especially in Dasha, this is a very powerful Raj Yoga. Okay? Now, let's say if Jupiter controls your ninth house, Jupiter goes into the fourth house. Shows that this person is all about learning the philosophical side of life and spiritual side of life with their mother. Mother was a huge impact on them regarding the higher values of life. Now, if moon is damaged, then what will happen is that things within the home were quite spiritual, were quite happy, yet the mother health might suffer. But the actual relationship with the mother, as long as you were in the home, was quite decent, was quite good. But what this shows is that you reject religion. You reject the side of Jupiter that shows that strict following of the law of the religion, strict following of the law itself. Like these people find more happiness in following spiritual things than finding religious things. Mother could have been a really religious person. Because of that, you suddenly, remember the 8th house thing, suddenly left religion and just only embrace spirituality. But these people will always will be very spiritual. Their heart is spiritual. Their mind is spiritual. Their psychological development is all about spirituality. And they make great counselors. They make great teachers, you know, in their life. And tremendous luck towards the husband if the woman has this placement. The husband himself will find luck through a wife with this kind of placement. The husband will suddenly have his own house, will suddenly have his own dwelling with this type of a wife who has a chart. The women will find a husband, because remember, Jupiter represents the husband in a woman's chart. A woman will find a very lucky husband who will tremendously give her a lot of happiness that she may not have received from her own home, but after marriage, her life just became like a blissful heaven. Let's say if Saturn controls your 9th house, Saturn goes into the 4th house. Well, what this does is this brings very strict rules within the home. They can actually separate you from your mother's love, separate you from your mother's teachings, because now mother is bringing a stick with her, saying you better follow this, you better follow these rules. Your fatherly figures, your gurus have always kind of put this strain on your psychological pattern. And I've seen this actually so many times where people who have 9th Lord Saturn in the 4th house, they have hard time developing their psychological skills, their skills of finding peace within their self, because they grew up in such a strict environment within the home where they did not have the freedom. Because remember, Saturn restrains your freedom, because Saturn has boundaries. It says you can't go here, you can't go here, you're just stuck in this small space. So when Saturn, now 9th Lord of luck and law and religion and spirituality, is coming in the 4th house, now you feel like these are the only things that you will have to battle. You only have to follow rules now. You can't do anything outside the rules. You have to follow philosophy, religious teachings. So what happens, this person may run away early on in life from home. They says, I can't take this. And then later on in life, this person will actually find a balance in their life where they have balanced law. They have the balanced life within the home, the dwelling. But Saturn here is, remember, can become a Yoga Karka planet and a Raj Yoga planet. So the positive things will always come with Saturn here. That slowly and steadily you will be able to make your dwelling, your home. Slowly you will respect very mature teachers of yours. Old wisdom of other people will suddenly make you happy. Before it didn't, because that's what Saturn is. Saturn is going to teach you all the lessons that we don't want to learn when we're teenagers and we're immature in 20s, because we're stupid like that. We all were. I was. But now, when you go towards the age of Saturn in your 30s and 40s, that's when you respect what the 9th house has to offer. Okay? So guys, this was my analysis of 9th Lord in the 4th house. If you're new to my channel, subscribe below. And again, if you want to know where your 9th Lord is placed and all this information of your birth chart, for that, check out the links here, including my books. Otherwise, we'll see you next time.